Bitcoin is doing exactly what I asked Friday it to do, and that is to hold this point of control. I made a video Friday the 4th of July. I said, oh my god, we're having a 4th of July dump and I'm in a new Bitcoin trade, and that was when price was coming down. And then once I saw this 1 hour close, this green candle right there at the point of control, there's that thick red line on my screen, I went long and put the stop loss very tight right underneath this candle, because I was waiting and hoping and wanting to see a V-shaped recovery of that level. That didn't happen and I got stopped out on the next move down. That was probably a little bit of a too tight of a stop loss, but you can see if you take it with a grain of salt and you had a little bit of a wider stop loss, that this level held. And after that we just went absolutely sideways. And that actually is good news, because that means that there is acceptance here above the value area high. If I zoom out here real quick here on the daily, then you can see that we have a few candles now right here at that value area high. There's not really a dump down, there's not really acceptance back into that range, and that in itself makes me more bullish. So if we then quickly go to the 1 hour, then you can see that we are just absolutely went sideways over Saturday, and then on Sunday a little bit of a move up and now slowly down. And there's a few trades that I'm looking at from this area, and the first one is probably one that's going to surprise you, and that would be a long if we sweep this low and this low, because now it is almost a double low, and it also lines up with the golden pocket from the Fib retracement. This is the high, this is the low, then this is your golden pocket, and this actually would be a very nice trade. So if we now would dump down and we take the liquidity from this first low and this second low into their golden pocket, and really I want to see a quick reclaim, then higher. Whoops, that's the wrong tool. So we're seeing this, then I would absolutely try to long that. So that is the first long that I'm looking at this week. The second long, it is not as beautiful, but hey, if we get a good reaction, I will trade it. And that is a long from a sweep of this low, 105, including this low right here. And I will show you why. It is back into the range, right? Because we're having this value area high right here at the top of the range, and then we're actually going back to the point of control. That in itself is not super bullish, but you're kind of liquidating then everyone that went long, but you are keeping this low right here at 100k intact. That's very important. We need to keep that low at and around 100k intact. But actually what you're then just getting is a very nice backtest of that point of control. And then, like I said, you take a liquidity of these two lows into the SFP level. So the price needs to go underneath 104,680, underneath 104,680, which then also lines up with the 0.5 Fib retracement measured from this absolute high to that low of 100k. That would be a very nice trade, and that could also cause for a major risk reward. So sweep down 104,680 needs to be swept if we go to the 0.5. So really see this as a area. This could be a super nice long trade. And let me also draw that in for you. So also here I want to see a relatively quick reaction. Here the first one needs to be instant, right? That really needs to be instant within 30 minutes. This one can take 1, 2, 3 hours, but we cannot spend a full day here at around the point of control. That is super bearish. Then we are seeing some acceptance in that area, and then yeah, I think every move up will just be a reason to sell off again. But if we see a good reaction in a couple of hours right around that 104,400, 104,600, that actually would be nice, and that could be also a massive risk and reward, because if you then put your stop loss locally under that low and then you just trade it to the new highs, then you can see you can easily squeeze out a 1 to 7, $100 in, $700 out. So this actually could be a very nice trade, but really again it depends on how we're reacting there. If we're getting it, I'm not so sure. I think I would be a little bit more aggressive by taking that first trade that lines up nicely with that point of control, sorry, with the golden pocket and the sweep of these lows. Then other than that, I actually only have one short trade. As you can see here, I have marked 3 highs. All of these highs are very close to each other, and what I could imagine is that we are staying above that macro value area high. Price is going higher, then we get a liquidity sweep, and then eventually we are going lower. only and only if we see a super clean reclaim a loss of the level, so really a clear SFP, then I will take the trade. But to be honest with you, I think that the chances of this trade not playing out are higher than the chances of the trade playing out. And the reason is because there is just not a lot of volume. If you look here at the volume profile, here right here at the top is just not a lot of volume. So I would be surprised if we go there, not taking out the all-time high, that is the upper line that you see here, 112,000, and then eventually to go down. Yes, it is possible. We have seen BTC doing it, but since we now already had 3 failed attempts, 1, 2, 3 at a new all-time high, I think right now we are going to blast through and it just right away get a new all-time high. So I will be on the lookout for a short trade, but to be honest, I think we're not getting it and we're just gonna go higher. There's also, there are also very locally a few levels that I'm looking at, and that is then a little bit more aggressive to get into a long trade. One of them is approximately here for front running that golden pocket, and maybe also a short right here. If you want to know those exact levels and you want to know when I am entering a trade, what I'm looking out for, when I'm exiting, taking profit, etc., then please feel free to join the Discord. That is completely for free. You can find the link in the description. If I'm not mistaken, it's right away the first link in the description. If you click on it, it right away will lead you to the Discord, again completely for free, and there you can see exactly my daily updates about Bitcoin, Ethereum, maybe some stocks, all the stuff that I'm looking at in the markets, and again when I'm taking a trade and when not, but also I share there my winners, my losers, pretty much everything. That will be it for this update. That will be it for this video. If you like the content, guys, please do me a favor, like, subscribe, click on the bell, click on all so you don't miss anything. Leave me a comment and share this video with your friends if you think that's useful. Thank you guys very much again. See you in the next one. Bye bye.